Sup. My name is Ray for the TheYugiohCouncil, and if you've watched this channel long enough, then you know about this deck. This is Chaos Dragons. This is pretty much the best way, in my opinion, to play Chaos Dragons. This is rank 6 focus, but allows you to have that level 10 and level 8 synchros, and you can see that through the extra deck that most of you are probably looking at. So, normally I film this IRL, with the actual cards. I own everything, but because of time restraints and just traveling and just a bunch of other crap, I'm just going to do it this way, make it clean, make it fast, and that way everyone can get what they want on time for once, because usually we wait a little while before we start pumping out deck profile after deck profile. But I feel this format's going to be a little bit different for us because we want to show you guys what we're really made of, and why make you wait like 2 weeks to start doing that. Anyway, let's get into the deck profile. I don't know why Dead Pro shows Laboratories here, so we're going to put Laboratories in between the Malicious and the Tefnut because that's the perfect time to talk about it. So let's talk about our big main monsters. We have Red Eyes, we have the BLS, we have the Dark Arm. These are our big three biggest threats in the deck that you're going to have to deal with when I summon them against you. So there will be a combo video for this for people who need a combo video. No disrespect. I am running 2 Tragodia and 2 Gores. I could have bumped to 3 Gores, but I decided for right now just to leave it at 41 cards. I was tempted to play the 3rd Gores, but the problem is that Gores doesn't have 100% synergy outside of being Tribute Fodder, Death Fodder, Synchro Fodder, and just being another Dark. I'm just being honest with that. He's really good just for basically, normally your hands may brick. I don't really run into this issue too much, but there is the chance of it, and that's what Gores allows you basically to do, is make that whole hand live, and that's what Tragodia allows you to do. But some people just kind of overlook that and go, no. But they're lost. Anyway, Red Eyes, 2 Trag, 1 BLS, 1 Dark Arm, the King of Dark, 2 Gores, 3 Light Pulsar Dragon. It's always gotta be 3, never 2. Fuck 2. 1 Caius. Caius is just like so good even right now. As your opponent locks you out from special summoning, you just tribute for Caius, and it's like fuck. But there's also another thing, and we'll get to that in a second. And 2 Chaos Sorcerer, and that's Tefnut. Now I don't run the Seal of Convention, even though I could. I don't, because when I get this to my hands, which is fairly often, because a lot of my deck, if you've seen the IRL, I can link it. A lot of it's pretty much hollowed out, and that's not me trying to brag. That's just me making a point, so sometimes it stacks. So with Tefnut, basically, you special it out, and then you tribute for Malicious, Light Pulsar, Caius, and then you're going to get Laboratory Dragon. And it's our vanilla. It's also a dark, and it's also a tuner, so you can synchro with it with the Black Dragon Collapse Serpent or the Wyvern Buster, the White Dragon. And that will net you a Leo. And if you watch this channel long enough, you know how awesome Leo could be. Here's the thing, though. Besides that, you can also use Tefnut with Malicious to make a level 8 synchro. There's tons of them. You can use Tefnuts to create a rank 6 play, like Utopia, and basically just nutter butter your opponent to death, which means, say they want to drop everything against you, you're down to 200 life points, and I bet you've seen this, and I know he's watching the video going, son of a bitch, yeah, I say it. You're down to 200 life points, you can't really win the game, you drop Utopia Beyond, and you win. Because you drop your opponent's monsters to 0, you swarm the board with big boys, and then your opponent can't withstand it. It is a horrible feeling to win that way, but it is so good at the same time. It's kind of like a sweet insult thing. And so, anyway, moving on, 3 Malicious and 3 Plague Spreader. The ratio has to be 3 for both, because even though Malicious can be dead at sometimes, if you get that second one, and you can get one to the graveyard, Light Pulsar does help with that, Tefnut does help with that setup, and you can get that Plague in the graveyard, then you can utilize the Plague to stack the Malicious and just be sacky as shit. It's amazing. I originally ran 3 of each for the past couple of weeks, about 4 months. In secrecy, I bumped them both down to 2 each just to cut a little more room inside of the deck. It's just a personal choice. I may go back to 3 each. Right now, I'm pretty comfortable at 2 apiece. And I'm running 3 Lila. I am only running 1 charge because I only have 3 targets. And many of you will say, but Ryu, what about Raiden? Look at the deck, look at the light count. That's why there's no Raiden. It's not needed. I don't focus on the milling. I focus on using Tefnut and just basically creating rank 6 and stuff like that. I use Card Trooper in place because I'm getting the free +1 and I don't have to worry about filling my graveyard with lights. And I know that's, a benefit thing. I'm not stupid. But I think Card Trooper's still better for that kind of situation over Raiden. It's not because of the milling for the last time. It's because of the synergy that it offers the deck, which is that draw 1 can be very crucial. There's been times that draw 1 has won me games. And we were also, I kind of just ran over it. 1 Eclipse Wyvern. This is going to net you out Dark Armor, Red Eyes. You don't need more than 1. And then 3 Plague Sprayer, which I mentioned quite a few times. And 3 Effectular, because the deck doesn't run any traps. It doesn't need any traps. Not every deck's going to run traps. This is a trapless deck. If you've seen the side deck, I showed it off a few formats ago. It's pretty much like Royal Decree and Monarch Storm 4th. It's amazing. Basically, basically it goes from rank 6 focus Chaos Dragons into Chaos Monarch Dragons to a point. It's kind of funny because the reactions I get when I go to random locals, people are just like, what the fuck? It's amazing. 5 spell cards, so it's kind of a high monster beat thing. 1 Allure, 1 Raigeki, 1 Charge, and 2 MST. Snatch Seal was in their last format. You know what Konami did to it. So the extra deck is 1 Leo, because Leo is God tier and can be brought up by Laboratory Dragon and the wonderful little mini Chaos Dragons. 1 BLs, because BLs is just so good, man. So good. 1 Hot Red Dragon Archfiend. That name still makes me laugh. 1 Scrap Dragon. And I did switch from Stardust into Starter Spark Dragon only because right now it's just a little bit better. When I say it's a little bit better, it just survives a little bit longer. It's also a light, so I can utilize it. If I need to go into my extra deck and I need to bring out a light to do something with, that's going to be my 1. Black Rose, I am not running Moonlight Rose right now. I couldn't squeeze it in. Trust me, I've tried countless different ways of squeezing it. It just did not happen. And then 1 Goyo Guardian, because Goyo is just so awesome. Plague Spider plus any of the level 4s. There you go. Gaia, number 39, Utopia Beyond, the most sackiest, rank 6. I shit you not. This and M7 are pretty much the 2 most sackiest things. Let me tell you real quick something about M7 that just makes me laugh every time I do it. You basically have Light Pulsar attached, and you detach the Light Pulsar to get something like BLS or Red Eyes or Dark Arm, whatever the case may be. Most of the time you want to go for that Red Eyes. So when Light Pulsar is sitting in the graveyard, you could send something like Malicious, or if Malicious is in the graveyard, you could send Plague and just a random light that you don't need and get that Light Pulsar back. From there you can create a level 8 synchro and just go nuts. You can go ham. And then when you go ham, you can drop Utopia Beyond and steal games. That's why I said these 2 are the sackiest. You will see that in duel videos, and you will see it goddamn often. It is nasty. 1 Gauntlet Launcher, also very underrated. 1 single Wonder One, 1 Castel, 1 Exodon, and 1 Level Chain. I would not change anything in the main deck. I'm super stoked about just, the option of having 3 Gores, but realistically, it's not really needed right now. If the format shifts again, then maybe. But right now, I just don't see it happening. So, very, 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 very happy with this. I would tell you all to try it, but when I say try it, a lot of people just think I mean Dev Pro. I really don't mean Dev Pro. I just mean try it. Everything's pretty cheap about it. So if you have it, try it. It's amazing. This is how you play Chaos Dragons. Because it's amazing. Anyway, I'm ready for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Council. Let me know what deck profiles you want to see here on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Council. Yu-Gi-Oh! Council number 1. There I said it. Anyway, make sure to rate, comment, subscribe. I got more deck profiles coming your way very, very shortly. So I'm going to go finish filming them, and I'm going to get them out to you. Thanks for watching. Peace.